You're listening to the Crystal Bar podcast, where crystals, astrology, and aligned living meet the cycles of the moon and year. I'm Claire, and each week I bring guidance and stories to inspire you to live with clarity, connection, and purpose. So take a deep breath, make this time for you, and let's begin. Magical blessings to you, my lovelies. Oh yes, mid-September is here. And I just want to say, I can't believe that we are at episode 80. And to celebrate this, I want to give all of you lovely listeners, those of you who get right to the end of my podcast and hear the code, I'm going to give it to you right now because I know many of you do skip that end section. I see those stats. And I just want to say that, of course, I want to treat you and thank you for making this such a wonderful podcast, the success it is. Without you listening, this wouldn't be a thing. So, chef's kiss to you all. So, with that being said, yes, I will tell you the code in the ending because I've pre-recorded that. However, this week it has shifted from 5% to 15% off all of your orders, www.thecrystalbar.co.uk. That includes my books, that includes all of the crystals, the candles, the incense. Everything on there is discounted to 15% for you, my loves. I know many of you have bought from me plenty of times after, and you use that special code that I send in your order for 10% off. But this supersedes it, my loves. This gives you your 15% off because you deserve it. And like I said, I just want to say thank you. But enough of that. How are you? How are you? Oh, did I say the code is podcast crystal, all one word. Don't put any gaps in, all one word. Put it in at checkout and you'll get 15% off. Okay, let's shift away from the salesy bit. As much as I am a business, I need to make pennies to be able to do all of this kind of lovely work. Of course, my absolute joy is to educate you, to empower you, to give you all of the information that's going to help you flow for the week ahead. So should we get more into that, or shall we have a little chat about perhaps what we've been up to this week? Well, I had a great week. Same old, to be honest, running a business. However, my lovely niece popped over at the weekend, which was great because she's actually setting up her own business. She's 18 years old. She's got aspirations beyond anything I had at her age. She is an inspiration for sure. So we kind of went through a few things. I will be sharing more on this because I really want to help her succeed. So keep your ears to the ground, and over the coming months, as soon as she's ready, I will do a little bit more and share what she's doing. But all I will say is, if you like cozy comfort, you're gonna love this. But I've got a lot to talk about this week. You've seen by the title, we have got one heck of an incredible spiritual week. So wow. Okay, where shall I start? Because there's a lot to unpick. It all happens. Let me look at my notes. One moment. Okay. Do you know what? I am going to start with the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. This occurs for us here in the UK on Sunday, the 21st of September. In fact, for a lot of the Northern Hemisphere, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's going to happen the next day. But just check out your local times just to make sure that you're able to do whatever you like to do around the peak to get the most of the moon. Now, yes, eclipses. As we had that discussion at the beginning of the month a few weeks ago with the full moon, eclipses always carry that sense of fate, destiny, and huge sudden shifts. They are not your average lunation, okay? A solar eclipse, which is what this one is, even though it's a new moon, it is a solar eclipse. It's actually like a supercharged new moon. And it can actually bring endings that swiftly lead into new beginnings. Moments of realignment as such, and you'll also experience a lot of clarity around this time as well. Now, the Virgo energy reminds us to refine, to simplify, to look at what isn't working and ask yourself, how can I improve this? Now, it's not from a place of perfectionism, but from a place of care for our bodies, our work, and our daily rituals. And as you probably are aware of by now, Virgo is actually ruled by Mercury, the planet of the mind, communication. So this eclipse may bring sudden insights, revelations, or the desire to create systems that make your life flow more smoothly. Think of it like a bit of an autumn spring clean for the soul. It's never a bad thing. Now, eclipses are often fated moments. They can feel as though the universe is giving you a real little push or a big shove towards where you need to be. But if you've been procrastinating change, the eclipse can bring a real big moment that makes it unavoidable, but ultimately very freeing. Then on the 22nd of September, the energy shifts really dramatically as we step into Libra season. Now, Libra is also a time of balance, of harmony and relationships. And then this is quickly followed by the autumn equinox here in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, it is the same day, but the autumn equinox actually occurs fully at around 7:30 p.m. That's what I mean. So I am kind of putting that second, even though the whole day is the equinox. And of course, it's the spring equinox in the Southern Hemisphere. Equinox literally means equal night and day. Also, it is another cosmic reset button, a reminder that balance isn't just about standing still, but about adjusting as the seasons shift. So you could actually think of it as a set of scales. Like Libra, they're never frozen, they're always in gentle motion, finding their point of harmony. Libra energy teaches us that balance in life comes from awareness, not perfection, okay? So there's a lot of that awareness, not perfection happening right now. And of course, in autumn, we prepare to release and let go, gathering our harvest and turning ourselves more inward rather than looking at the bigger picture and outside and what's growing and the newness. This is about looking at ourselves. And of course, if you are in the Southern Hemisphere in spring, the energy is about renewal, new growth, planting seeds, as I just say. So I just wanted to clarify that, okay? But both hemispheres share this theme of alignment, of adjusting to what the Earth is offering us at this point in the cycle. So, yes, a lot of energy is packed into a few days. So take your time about stuff. Saturday, Sunday, Monday could be a little bit wobbly in a good way. It's not all bad. It's a good thing. So just embrace it and make it exactly what you need to be. So the question I am always asked, and I always talk about around around the eclipse is, should you do rituals during the eclipse? Now, I always say this, hands up, rituals are beautiful, empowering, and deeply personal. I love doing them, but please do not put pressure on yourself because eclipses can stir things up. And if you're not used to this energy, perhaps it's time to avoid it until you're a ritual manifesting king or queen, okay? Once you are very in line or aligned with rituals and what they bring to your life and how they support and help you, maybe it's time to skip this one. However, if you want to go for it, go for it. Now, as I've just said, traditionally, many astrologers say eclipses are times to witness rather than manifest because the energy is unstable and fast moving. But that doesn't mean you can't honour the moment in your own way. If you feel called, you could just light a candle. You could take some quiet breaths and simply ask, what is ready to leave my life? What new chapter am I ready to step into? You could write down some intentions around simplifying your life, releasing perfectionism, or creating healthier routines. You might even journal a list of energetic clutter. The ones you're ready to release, old habits, outdated stories, self-doubt. And then you can safely burn the paper as a symbolic act of clearing. And if you just don't feel up to it, rest. Honour your body. Eclipses are like cosmic recalibrations. So sometimes the most powerful ritual is simply just being still. allowing the shift to happen without any resistance. Gosh, so how are you feeling about all of that, hey? We are now moving properly into autumn, the air feels different, the days are shorter, and our energy naturally shifts inward. This is honestly a really wonderful time to slow down, to check in with your routines, to nourish your body, and to prepare for the darker months ahead. Because we've got to listen to nature at the end of the day. Nature teaches us so much here. The trees begin to release their leaves, not in fear, but in trust that new growth will come again. So this is your reminder to let go of what no longer serves you so that your energy can rest, restore, and prepare for future expansion and growth. To think soups, candles, blankets, warm crystals like carnelian, garnet, smoky quartz. Think long walks in crunchy leaves, reflections in your journal, and evenings where you reconnect with what truly matters. Autumn is the season of gratitude and release, the perfect pair. But I just wanted, before we move on, I just want to say a huge thank you for being here, for listening and for supporting me. For the next week, I've increased, as I say, the podcast listener discount. So if you use the code Podcast Crystal, all in one word, at checkout, you'll get 15% off instead of 5%. Because you deserve it. You deserve a little treat, a little bit of a zing, even if you use it for one tiny tumble. I had to have a little chat with the guys on social media yesterday. A lot of you have been writing on your orders when you just place an order for one little tumble for a few pounds that you're sorry. But please don't be. That right crystal has found you, okay? I need to say it to you guys as well. That right crystal has found you and it's come into your life for a reason. And do you know what? It's empowering. If you're new to crystals, just buying one is ideal because you get used to what that crystal is doing for you, what it's doing in terms of how you might be feeling, the confidence you get, the self-love, the health, the energy, and you can attribute those sensations and feelings to that one crystal. So please don't apologize, okay? So if you've been on the fence about starting your crystal journey with me, now is a really beautiful time, whether, like I say, it's your first tumble stone, a stunning statement piece, or just a thoughtful gift. This is my way of saying thank you for walking this path with me. Mwah! Another chef's kiss to you, because you're all the best. I also would love to share a couple of messages this week that really warms my heart. Now, I appreciate many of you have reached out to me and sent some lovely messages and updates this week. However, if you don't say, please do share this on the podcast, then I won't. Sometimes I do ask. Sometimes they're very personal, so I don't feel I want to. But yeah, I just want to say thank you. It's so good hearing about how your crystals are working for you, maybe not working for you. And then we readjust what you're using, how you're using it. That's all good as well because crystal healing is linear. It goes up, it goes down. It's not linear, sorry. It goes up, it goes down. It's a real journey. And I know I said I hated that word once, but journey is the word that fits. So I'm sorry. I don't know why I pressed that because we are heading into stories. But first, a lovely lady told me that she gifted my money bowl video to her friend. Well, sent her money bowl video to her friend. And her friend created this money bowl, set her intentions, and after 12 months of searching, she has just landed her dream job as her nurse. The best part is the hours work perfectly around her family life. She's so happy and aligned, and that is the magic of working with energy and crystals. When we set our intentions and put a little bit more positivity in the world and put them into physical form, the universe has a very canny way of delivering. And another message came from a lovely gentleman who recently completed the foundation certificate in crystal healing with the Crystal Bar Academy. He's actually spoke to me, sent me a voice note. And he's absolutely fine with me saying this, but he told me how much he loved the course and how he and his wife are now setting up their own crystal healing practice together. He'll be supporting with the admin and focus on working with the men that come in for healing, while his wife will predominantly work with the women, which is all good. If that works for you, perfectly. They're both so excited about their new path, as I am, you both as well. And they've already decided to move forward to the advanced practitioner course because they feel like this is going to enlighten them even further. And whilst they've got the knowledge from the foundation course, they're now getting everything in place and will be aligned and fully ready when they pass the advanced practitioner. Honestly, stories like this truly remind me why I created the Crystal Bar, shop, and the Academy. To give you the tools, the confidence and knowledge to follow your passions. And how beautiful is it to see couples, families, and friends walking this path together? You guys honestly really inspire me. My astrology journey continues, my loves, and I am using you as a little tester pot of people. So this week, I thought I would give you some astrology and zodiac guidance grouped by your elements. Now, let's kind of look how it fits into this very zesty week, okay? So, earth signs, my loves. If you're a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, you are an earth sign. And this eclipse is in Virgo, so earth signs are going to feel it most strongly. Expect clarity around work, health, and routines, and you may feel the urge to define and refine your daily structure or simply your commitments. Watch out for temptation to be at every corner, especially for those of you who want to rid yourself of things that burden you. Just look out for the temptation creeping in. Also, as well, watch for the temptation to be overcritical of yourself or others. Instead, use this energy to bring gentle improvement. And I'm giving you red jasper for grounding and motivation, and it's going to help you feel steady whilst helping you give the determination to follow through with changes. Water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Now, water signs, okay, eclipses may stir your emotions. You might feel more sensitive than usual, but you're being called to trust your intuition because it's really guiding you. This is a really wonderful week to focus on your inner world, your dreams, your emotional needs. So don't be afraid to retreat just a little to allow space for insight. And I'm suggesting Moonstone is going to be your crystal of choice. This is going to balance your emotions and heighten intuitive insight. It's also going to help you connect to cycles, reminding you that everything passes in waves. Fire signs. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is a huge reset moment for your ambitions. Fire signs might feel inspired to start something new, or to redirect their energy into a more meaningful project. So if you've been feeling restless, this eclipse might show you where your true passion lies. Just remember not to burn out. Just pace yourself. And I'm giving you citrine. This is going to bring your confidence, joy, attract abundance, and it's going to keep you fired up, shining bright, but steady, and remind you that optimism is indeed a magnet. Air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. With Libra season arriving, air signs will feel the call to focus on balance, communication, and relationships. This might be a time of healing conversations or clearer boundaries, and you might feel drawn to collaborate or share your ideas or seek harmony where there's been tension. So with this being said, I'm going to suggest blue lace agate. It's a calm communicator. In fact, even just blue agate, okay? Because blue lace agate feels a little bit too airy, even though you're an air sign. I feel like we need the darker blue agate as well for calm communication and harmony. It softens words, eases anxiety, and opens the way for heartfelt connection. So that is your crystal of my choice. However, With that being said, there is a lot going on, and if you don't gel with that crystal, I'm actually going to give you a master crystal for the week. If I had to just choose one crystal for everyone to carry, it would be smoky quartz. Well, why? Because smoky quartz is grounding, protective, and transformative. It helps release negativity while keeping you steady during change. And with eclipse season, equinox energy, and the shift into autumn, it's the perfect companion to help you feel safe, rooted, and supported. Now, smoky quartz is also a very excellent crystal for transmuting really heavy energy. So whether that's your own stress or the collective energy you might be picking up on, think of it as a filter that clears away the fog so you can see the path ahead with clarity. So, my loves, that's your cosmic forecast for the week ahead. The Virgo new moon, solar eclipse, Libra season, the equinox, and the official turning of the seasons. It's a real potent time. So, remember, honor your body, listen to your intuition, and work with your crystals in a way that feels so good for you. And don't forget, third time lucky, I'm going to say this, use the code podcastcrystal at checkout at thecrystalbar.co.uk for an extra 15% off. Thank you for me. And this is exclusive to you all. Okay, I'm not going to share it anywhere else. I might give a little clue in the email that I send out, but this is very exclusive to you, my beautiful listeners. Until next time, sending you love, balance, crystal blessings, and remember, the right crystal will always find you. Before you go, I have a very special discount code for you, especially for those of you who love buying crystals. So, the code is podcastcrystal. If you use this at checkout at thecrystalbar.co.uk, you will get a very secret discount. And yes, it is a secret because I changed the value of the code throughout the year. So who knows what discount you will receive. But I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I hope you found it beneficial. And if you have, I'd be really grateful if you could just leave a comment, leave a review. And of course, if you have a friend who loves crystals just like us, please do share it with them. Sending you love, sending you light. Have a great week because honestly, my lovelies, you really do deserve it. And as I said earlier, remember, the right crystal will always find you.